on Voice of the Caribbean Radio. I come to you live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We talking hot topics, social media trends, and news you can use. I always say there's so much news, so little time. I want to big it up, big it up, big it up. You know I'm excited. I want to big up my colleague and friend, Humble Lion. Thank you so much for holding it down. He had me covering my slot and making sure the people kept the vibe. And as he always does, as he says, he lets the music talk. Yes, sir. Always letting the music talk and bringing, positivity and food for thought through what he does so gracefully and so well. I'm so thankful again to have the team and to be able to do what we have to do when we have to leave. So where was I? Hey, I just put you on a little secret. We got to get into some news. I want to talk about the Nolan Wells case. Of course, there's a big battle here in South Florida. You guys know when is the day to vote? August 18th. I just ordered my absentee ballot online. If you are in Miami-Dade County, if you are in Broward County, it is the time. If you vote by mail, they also call that absentee. Absentee is vote by mail. Same thing in Florida. Some people are like, oh, I don't want an absentee ballot. Yes, you do. Vote by mail. Remember that you have to request one every single election. There is no rollover anymore between elections. You must request a vote by mail ballot every single, each and every time you go to vote. So make sure you do that, right? So we want to make sure everyone has their vote by mail. Who wants to vote by mail, go on to your county website, your supervisor of election for wherever county you live. Of course, we cover Monroe County. What's up to the Keys? Everybody listening from as far south as Key Largo. We're glad you're here. Welcome. If you're just joining us and you just found us, welcome. This is the Voice of the Caribbean. This is South Florida's #1 FM Caribbean American platform. Let's go. We reach the people right where they are. And during the midday, we like to bring you news and conversations, right? You'll hear it throughout the week. I heard the pastor yesterday doing his thing around 1 o'clock. And we have, of course, Miss Opal Lee and Tony's son and so many others. And shout out to my colleagues. Speaking of Miss Opal Lee and Tony's son, they are still in Jamaica, right? They've been covering Reggae Sumfest, and we've been so grateful for the partnerships we've had, bringing you wonderful and exclusive content when it comes to this landmark event, Jamaica's landmark event, Reggae Sumfest. And they've been having a good time, and they're still there. They broadcasted live this morning from, what is it, Seaside there in Jamaica. And they're still bringing you the sights and sounds all around the island. And it has been a wonderful, even though I was away, it's been wonderful for me to be able to kind of keep up with everything going on. So shout out to the team, Mike and Mike, Miss Chin, Miss Opal Lee, Tony's son, everybody still in Jamaica. Yeah, it's a few. We're still, like, I came back and there's still like an empty space here, but we're grateful again for the opportunity to do it for the community. That's what we do, and we bring you the information and the events and the things that are relevant to us, right, to our community, and that's what we try to do here on the Suzette Speaks show today. I hope my camera is clean. If you're watching on the YouTube side, I look a little hazy. I hope it's just my screen is looking a little hazy, but I want to thank everybody who's watching. And also who's listening. Do you guys know that we are an app in the App Store? Yes, whether you're an Android like me, or if you are iPhone people. Hello, iPhone people. You can also go to, just play it. You can also go to the Google Play Store, right? Well, for me, it's the Google Play Store. For you, it's the Apple Store. And download the app. That's our fastest growing community for Voice of the Caribbean Radio. People who take us wherever they go on the app, right? So if that's what you want to do, and you want to keep the vibes going, I do it. I have my app downloaded, so when I walk outside, run outside, do my exercise, whatever I'm doing, I still keep the vibes. Whether, you don't have to be in your car basically to get us. You can utilize the app in the App Store. So download the app and let's grow the community. Tell a friend to tell a friend. So we have some real news to kind of dissect today. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be hosting this coming Monday. This is exclusive. They just asked me this. I got off the ship, Humble Lion, and they was like, hey, can you host this forum? And your girl not going to say no. Your girl is into the politics. Yes, yours truly is very much a community advocate. And this Monday, we have a big forum coming up. We have a big forum coming up at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Hollandale Beach. Why? Because we are going to hear from more than 7 candidates for Florida's District 24 race. That's Miami. That is the seat that former United States Rep, or she has now retired, Frederica Wilson is giving up. And it is an open seat, right? So right now, I think we have 7 of 8 candidates that are vying for Representative Frederica Wilson's seat. We'll be debating this Monday, and yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be moderating. You know, I get down to business when it comes to it, when it comes to holding our elected officials to account, or those who wish to be. Well, some of them are already in office. So those who are elected and what they've done and what they plan to do, I'm so grateful that the group, I think it's the Broward Democratic Black Caucus, Miami-Dade North Democratic Black Caucus. Let me pull up the flyer because there's a few of them pulling together to do this forum. And I'm really grateful that they have entrusted me. You guys don't know me. I'm Suzette Speaks. I'm an attorney, as well as a radio host. I do a show, obviously, here every Thursday, Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. But outside of that, your girl is also a personal injury lawyer. In my practice, I help people who are injured, who slip and fall, who are injured on the job, unfortunately, who are injured in the hospital. That's what we call medical malpractice. Sadly, there are people, unfortunately, that don't do what they're supposed to do in sometimes these medical settings. So if you are injured, or if you feel like you've been injured in any kind of way, you can always give me a call. You can call us here at the studio, 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562. We're here to help you, especially you, your loved ones, anybody get into trouble in that kind of way when it comes to injury. All right, so that aside, I also am very much involved in the political scene here, meaning that I volunteer. I've worked on campaigns, right? Paid staff on the last, 3 campaign cycles. I've participated on the presidential campaign level. I've participated on the local campaign level, and even outside of supporting specific candidates, which I'm, again, not committed to. In this particular campaign year, I like to pay attention, and I like to, most of all, which is what I do here, try to inform people about the issues that are going to come up on the ballot and what we need to ask those who want to be our elected officials about when it comes to who can best represent us. Now, District 24 is a congressional seat. What does congressional mean? That means people that go to represent you in Washington, D.C. So you have local, which is our city, right? Our municipal, right? Broward County, Miami-Dade County seats. Those are like school board seats and things like that. City commissioners, excuse me. Some people call it council people on the city. Some people say commissioners, right? So you have local elections, you have statewide elections, right? That is people who are representing us in Tallahassee, making laws that affect the entire state of Florida. Those are our state senators and our state House of Representative members, and they go to Tallahassee for 60 days each year, sometimes longer, in what they call a lawmaking session. And we elect them to represent us, to make laws, hopefully to make our lives better, to protect us, hopefully, but not to overregulate us. There's another part of it, all right? So when I'm talking about Congressional District 24, this is a hotly contested congressional district, right? We have Frederica Wilson, a very long time respected member of the congressional delegation from South Florida, has now decided, this is a lady who wears a pretty hat. See how the hat lady? Sometimes people just know things really like simply. And but more than that, she has been an advocate for people in her community for so very long. Now, since she's stepping down, there's a battle for her seat, right? Which is the Florida 24th Congressional District. Florida is divided up into, oh my gosh, I would tell you. I'm coming off of vacation, y'all, so I'm a little bit rusty on all my facts and figures, but I'm going to get it to you. But this district is pivotal. Pivotal. It covers a lot of Miami-Dade. And we have some heavy hitters in the race, right? The heavy hitters have stepped out, and they're going head to head. And I came back off my cruise, and I heard all of this noise. Listen, the gloves are off, and the people them in this race are really, really pushing each other's buttons. Let me put it like that: pushing each other to, show me what you got. Show me what you got. And it is a little messy. Let's put it like that. I'm trying to find the right words. Because I'm looking at some of the reports. That's what I'm doing while I'm talking to you. Welcome if you're just joining us. The time is now 1:16. It is the Suzette Speaks Show. I come to you live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm trying to discuss some of the hot topics. I want to get to the Nolan Wells case as well. That's the young man who lost his life in Mississippi during the July 4th weekend. This is also something that we want to stay on top of here because it is a sad and tragic, and we just don't know what has happened. I've been looking at the autopsy report. Again, this is the young man who went out on the boat. Hey, online. Thank you, everybody who's checking in online. Your girl is back off of vacay. Spent some time in Europe. Praise God. I had a trip. Thankfully, I had this trip planned well before the, let's say, the war even started. So it just came at the right time. Took some time off and was visiting France and was visiting España. I visited Spain, France, and Italy on my bucket list, y'all. God be praised. And I'm posting some video and stuff. So if you don't follow me, you can follow me and see some of the highlights from the journey. I just posted some highlights from Italy, places I'd never think I would visit. And God saw fit. Again, we booked this trip probably January before all the chaos. And sometimes it comes at just the right time before prices went up on oil and gas and plane tickets. I'm just grateful that everything kind of fell into place. So yeah, your girl, where you been? I've been in Italy, Rome, Naples. I visited Naples. I visited what's the Tuscany. I got real olive oil. I fried my eggs this morning in real olive oil. They gave us some tips and some background on what is called, Italian olive oil. Do you know that there's oil that can be made in Italy, but the grapes, or excuse me, not the grapes, that's wine, but the olives come from somewhere else cheap and raggedy, and they press it in Italy, and it still can be called made in Italy olive oil. Listen, we got this scoop. Honey, I got the direct link. I'm going to post it of where to get olive oil because I'm going to order directly from Italy from now on. It's kind of crazy. I'm so grateful again, not to boast or brag or anything like that, but it's just knowledge that there's what it means when you actually say extra virgin olive oil and what it looks like when they first press the olives and the seeds and they ground the olives and the seeds together and they sift it through. And do you know that these folks in Italy in the Tuscany region, La Spezia, Lucca, what's the other place name? I'm not great at my Italian. I got to brush up on my Italian, y'all. But when they said they pressed the olives and the seeds in their first press, they themselves drink that first press. They keep that first pressed olive oil for themselves. And then when it goes back through the ringer, back through the press again, the second and the third press, that's what they sell to us. Well, baby, I bought the first press olive oil for the first time. Listen, if the skin starts glowing, don't be mad. Hello, somebody. If the skin start looking even nice, praise God. I the real olive oil when me I splash on my skin and me I eat. Hello, somebody. Welcome. You know I like to play around. Anyway, your girl Suzette Speaks is back. I hope you miss me. I hope you guys are tuning in every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We have a big cultural event. Listen, there's so many events. We like to keep the community informed. And I see one coming up. I told you I will be hosting a candidate forum. First of all, let's just get to the root of it. Florida has 28 congressional districts. Your girl, like I said, coming off of vacation. All my facts and figures. I'm trying to brush off the cobwebs. I still smell like vacation. Thank you, God. And I still had a wonderful time visiting Spain, Italy, and France. Thanks to my cruise, because I think that, guys, that's the best way to do it. Go on a cruise, and a cruise makes several stops in different. There's no way you can afford. Well, some people can, of course, not yours truly, but a cruise make it more economical because you're staying on the cruise, you don't have to get a hotel, you're eating on the cruise, you don't have to buy a whole heap of food, and it stops at the different things. I stopped twice at three times at Italian ports, twice at Spanish ports, and twice at French ports. I went to Marseille, y'all. Again, I just posted a video on my Instagram and on my Facebook. If you don't follow me, Suzette. We can be friends. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. Suzette, 1Z, 2 T's, speaks with an S, Suzette. And then again, God is so good. I come back and I start get book already. Big candidate forum for Congressional District 24. I'm going to tell you more about it. Once again, Florida has 28 congressional districts. These are people that leave Florida to represent us in the big United States Congress, United States House of Representatives in D.C., or the United States Senate. 2 per state are senators, and the House of Representatives is divided by population. And according to Florida's population, we are 30 now. We get 28 congressional seats, 28. So I look at it, Florida has 28 congressional districts, meaning the state is represented by 28 members in the United States House of Representatives, along with 2 senators. Florida has a total congressional delegation of 30 people, 2 United States senators, and 28 congressional districts. Well, the 24th, now I already did an event with the Urban League of Broward County. Shout out to Channel 18, the ABC affiliate here. And yeah, Island TV, everybody who had me as a host for that televised debate for, I think it was the Broward County District of Congress. Now I've been asked to also host and MC and moderate next week, Monday, July 27th. For the people in Miami, the district extends from Hollandale all the way south into Miami. This district was represented by Frederica Wilson, as I stated, but there are some heavy hitters and they have been going at each other's throats. And I'm going to try to keep order and I'm going to try to, of course, be impartial and fair, but I'm going to ask the hard questions. So if you want to hear directly from your candidates, mark your calendars July 27th. Your girl, your woman, here we go, Suzette Speaks, fresh off vacation. Almost lost my voice. Listen, I came back sick. One thing when you're getting mature, one thing when you're getting mature. We're not getting old, we're getting mature. One thing when you get to mature, you can bounce back like you used to after the vacations. Listen, you need a vacation after the vacation. I came back. When I said sick, the fact that you can hear my voice right now is thank you, God, for healing. I worked out this morning and I was talking about sweating still. Like, after you get a cold or something, where you got to sweat out the cold. And met a couple of my cousins, there was 6 of us, a girls trip, we went and enjoyed life and just got a scenic view of the world. Their life, one thing this trip taught me, life still continues. Even though we have a lot of news hitting us left and right, a lot of it is actually very negative. And what it does to your brain, what it does to your nervous system sometimes can be very disturbing and disturb your peace. You got to unplug, is what this, because I didn't think about no news. I was on the boat and it was another cousin who we told them we're not discussing politics while we're on the vacation. She comes up, hey guys, did you hear that Lindsey Graham died? I'm like, bro, we said, even though I'm glad she told us. Then we had to turn on the CNN. I told my cousin what I was sharing in our cabin. I was like, I don't want to watch no news. Please, let's not put on the news. But then we heard Lindsey Graham passed. So I had to turn on the news. You know what I'm saying? You can't really get rid of it, get away from it, all of it. But take your moments, guys. This is what we're saying. Life is worth living. Life is meant for living. So maybe you can't do an overseas trip. Like I said, I was lucky enough that we had booked it well before the war in Iran. Speaking of, we've had a loss of American life. I want to acknowledge the loss of American life through the war in Iran. Again, we are saddened by the casualties and the soldiers, young people that have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice. They would say for freedom, but the cost is high for the families. If it's your son, if it's your daughter, if it's the people that you love, your friend, your neighbor, your church sister, your church brother, or whoever, whatever religion. When you think about the ultimate sacrifice they've made, it hurts your heart. Now, according to reports, the war in Iran has resulted in approximately 7,600 to 8,000 total deaths across all sides. Listen what I told you. Listen what me I said. Listen what me I tell you. The war in Iran, according, this is this is an AI summary. Let me just see what it is. But they are giving, what they are saying, what is going on? Oh, my camera kind of off. Hey, camera people. If you're watching me online, voiceofthecaribbean.com, you can see me in the studio. Also, you can tune in on my YouTube channel, Suzette Speaks Show, on YouTube. Big up everybody watching. Hit the like button as well. You can see as well as hear us, right? voiceofthecaribbean.com. You can also download the app. I told you that already. But anyway, as I get into the casualties, because American casualties, yes, we are very, very heartbroken about our American brothers and sisters who don the uniform to serve, right? This is an elective army for now, right? This is not an army that you are conscripted into where the government forces you or makes you or calls you up to fight. These are people who voluntarily go into the United States Armed Forces to defend their country, defend freedom, defend their people, right? They have chosen to do this. And when I look at it, it really makes me sad. Oh my goodness, my other camera looks crazy. Hey, online people, I'm just looking at the monitor. Sorry, let me just fix up one thing for the online people so you can kind of see me a little better than what we have going on. Big up everybody watching. Big up everybody listening. Your girl have to multitask. I'm here with the cameras. I'm here. Remember the crew in Jamaica still. So there's no producer. I love online when they be like, tell your producer you need. Who is the producer? Yours truly, Suzette Speaks. Host, produce, camera, everything. We're gonna get some interns, I'm sure, pretty soon. But yeah, all of that. Our interns, some of them are on to bigger and better things. Shout out to all of our interns. But for right now, today, your girl is here, holding it down alongside Humble Lion, who was here again. I'm so grateful, Humble Lion, for covering and making sure the people were well taken care of in my absence. I just know because I bring good music, good message, and vibes, right? So big up one and only Humble Lion. I thank you, my brother, for allowing me to step away, right, and do what we want to do and relax and thing. So anyway, as we get up closer to the break. According to this report, the war in Iran has resulted already in 7,600 to 8,000 deaths total across all sides. The conflict, which began on February 28, 2026, has seen the vast majority of casualties where? Where do you think the vast majority of casualties has been? Where? Anybody know? Class? Anybody want to take a guess? The vast majority of casualties has been in Iran. Not surprised? Surprised? Well, right now, reports are indicating. How many people you think has passed in Iran due to this war? Well, we're seeing that there are reports of as many as 3,500 people killed in Iran and 26,000 injured from U.S. and Israeli strikes. Those are people in Iran. 3,500 already since February 28th. And 26,000 reported injured from U.S. and Israeli strikes. That's in Iran. So the death toll, some are estimating from 7,600 total all over the region on all sides to 8,000. Well, as far as U.S. military casualties, which have been brought to light due to the dignified transfer we witnessed yesterday, President Donald Trump stood with the families. I was so moved by it, y'all. Stood with the families of the lost and fallen soldiers. How many service people have been killed so far? Well, according to reports, U.S. military casualties now are at 18 service members. The most recent fatalities occurred just now, mid-July, including 3 soldiers killed in Iranian attacks on the Muwafaq Salti Air Base in Jordan and another service member in northern Iraq. We got to take a quick break. We're going to talk more about it right after this.
Attention reggae lovers, the voice of the Caribbean, and welcome to Jamrock Reggae.
Hey guys, hope you're having a beautiful day. Your girl is back. Came on a cruise. Check my shorts. I have them on my YouTube shorts. I don't know if I'll do long form. I did take a lot of video horizontal, but I don't know if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments. Hey. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in trip, my cruise, vlog style videos. I have a bunch. I actually started editing a few that would fit the YouTube format. Other than that, your girl came back sick. Hi. Just talking about YouTubers. Hey, love. Yes. No, I'm good. Thank you. She's not. I thought she was. With the flyer, I thought all those people were in Jamaica. Just Mikey, Opal, and Tony. Okay, my bad. No, I thought she was there.
No, she's not in the office.
She's here. No. I thought she was in Jamaica based on the flyers and stuff. Just kidding.
No, she's just his co-host again now.
Thank you. I'll correct that. Thank you. I thought she was down there having fun. Child,
no,
my bad.
She's here with me as a slave.
Keeping everything going. No. We won't say that.
Controlling the show from here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I really thought she was in Jamaica. I know she not missed no trip. So I thought she was down there. No problem.
No, she didn't go.
She working. Okay, no problem. I'll make sure I tell the people. Let me find my flyer for this. Oh, I gotta talk about Nolan Wells. Let me do Nancy Grace. Nolan Wells. Nancy Grace. No, she's on the case. Nancy Grace.
Did you see your picture by any chance behind you?
No. My picture or your picture?
Yours should be on there.
Oh, no.
You never saw it since we did it?
No. Guys, we got a new brand screen. Hello. Okay, Voice of the Caribbean. Let's go. I'll make a mention of that. And Nancy Grace, no, she on the scene now. Oh, and you can select. Let
I'm
me,
supposed to show all on the.
okay, fantastic.
And I'm like,
No. We love that. Let me see what Nancy Grace is
let
saying.
me see if it pops up.
How do I get Nancy Grace? Nancy Grace, here we go. Nancy Grace is on the case on Nolan Wells. Let's do Nolan Wells' latest. Nolan Wells case. I don't want to read CNN because they never cover it. NPR. Thank you.
You're welcome.
NPR.
So, get a chance to look to see if you see yourself.
Is it on rotation?
Yes.
Oh,
Look at which pictures, but-
oh, nice. Okay, thank you.
We try to put everybody on.
I appreciate it. Thanks, son.
Voice of the Caribbean. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yes, welcome back. It's the Suzette Speaks show. The time is now 1:33. It's a beautiful day, hot day. Why the temperatures welcomed me back. Hello, somebody. Welcome. This is Suzette Speaks show. You know I come to you live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. talking hot topics, social media trends, and of course news you can use. As I like to say, there's so much news, so little time. We got to discuss it though. It's very important that we stay informed without feeling overwhelmed by it. Your girl just came back from a good vacay. Thanks again to Humble Lion, my friend and colleague who held it down, made sure my time slot was good and in good hands, I know, because he always keeps the vibes high and keeps the message strong. So I appreciate him so very dearly for covering for me. As I come in, I've been talking about what's going on with the war. And we don't want to forget there's real people and real lives, guys, that are being impacted. And there's nothing more real. We didn't even get to talk about TPS. I also want to talk about the Nolan Wells case in case you missed it. But we'll like I said, there's so much news. I have to kind of back into it a little bit. But welcome. If you're just joining, make sure you have the app on your phone. Voice of the Caribbean is an app in your app store. You can download us whether you're an Android like me from the Google Play Store. Download the app. Or on the Apple Store site, you can download it. Or of course, you can go to voiceofthecaribbean.com. Take a look at me. Your girl is nice and tan. I still got the vacation smell, vacation hair. Yes, somebody feeling good. As I told you, I came back with a cold. If I had to host on Monday, Tuesday, I would not have even been able to speak. I didn't have any voice. Suzette could not speak. Well, here I am. Thanks be to God. Voice is pretty much back. Still sound a little nasally, a little raspy. But we had a good time. That lets you know the vacation was vacationing, okay? Yeah, girl took a cruise, saw 3 different European countries. First time in Europe, like for me. Like it was a big deal. Saw Italy, saw España, Spain, and also went to France, went to Marseille, and spent some time in these places, like through a cruise. Basically, you know how you go to one place or another. You dock, you go off on port, you get an excursion. I did a wine tasting in Italy. You know what changed my life? I'm not even going to advertise the brand. I told you about the first hand pressed, squeezed olive oil that comes from these all natural, non-fertilized 1,000-year olive trees. Missy trees were older than parts of the United States, older than South Florida, for that matter. The trees, pick grape. I picked small, beautiful grapes, sour yet sweet, very tiny. They're not big like the ones that are GMO'd and sold in the supermarket. They actually had seeds, and it was refreshing to bite into them. Hundreds of years old. But you know what really changed my life on this trip? You know what I tasted for the first time, and I felt like it's the first time I actually tasted it? Like, okay, I hope that made sense, but I felt like I got a counterfeit version this entire time, and I finally got a real version is the best way to say that. They're straight from Italy, straight from Monte Carlo. Their balsamic vinegar. When we eat balsamic, we already know the food got corruption in it here. We know that. But the balsamic vinegar I had in Italy from the farm, when me tell you, say, it tastes like juice. The balsamic vinegar that we have here is normally, very acidic. It burns your tongue, it burns your teeth. You have a kind of shock to the back of the throat. Not the original not the one made straight out of Italy. I'm ordering that as soon as I get my money. Right, I'm gonna order that straight from Italy. Thank goodness we found this wonderful farm in the hills of Tuscany. It was amazing. I said, look at it, look at what they got here. Basil just growing on the hillside, rosemary growing wild on the hillside. No fertilizer, no extra additives killing up the soil. No, nothing sprayed on it to make it last longer. No GMO to make it bigger, stronger, grow faster. None of that. They take their time. When it's season, it's season. When it's not, it's not. According to the rhythms of nature. One Missimitis, what they gave us was they're all natural. And again, their bread tastes different. Unsalted, like it doesn't have gluten. It's rich, but it's light. When them pour the natural olive oil and the plate with the balsamic, you know what they call bruschetta. Bruschetta, that's all you say. It's bruschetta is what we say. Bruschetta. When them, the cheese when me eat, I'm me as a person, I'm a lactose person. Me don't eat cheese. Good afternoon, Sir Hale Speaks. Good afternoon, everybody watching online. Listen, you know I'm going to go in and out. Well, listen, I'm not a cheese person. I have lactose. I'm lactose intolerant. One of those treats from my beautiful melanated skin, honey. We ain't drink all that cow's milk. And it agreed with us. No, my stomach was tore up. Because remember, Italy is pizza. I was like, I have to go to the seafood pasta, y'all. I cannot eat this pizza. The pizza was better, though. It didn't hurt my stomach. Even the wine don't give you a hangover. That's how you know you don't have all the added sulfates and sulfites and all these things. Honey, we drank the wine. We had a wine tasting of 6 different type of wine. And you know you girls, we sampled. But we never feel drunk. And we never feel hangover. The real wine. I'm ordering from this farm as soon as I get my money right here. I'm ordering when I tell you balsamic that change your life, balsamic that tastes fruity and rich, like its own, like the balsamic could have been eaten by itself. That's the type of balsamic that you would put on a salad, just the vinegar. It's not acidic. It tastes almost like wine. Me say me eat it. Me eat bread. Me eat bread dipping in the olive oil and the balsamic like it's caviar, bro. It was. I'm just telling you about my trip. Welcome. This is Suzette Speaks. I'm gonna come off that. Sorry. I got carried away. Italy was amazing, by the way. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. But let's get into some news. Time is now 1:39. Your girl is reminiscing. Sometimes you want to be on vacation. You ever come off a vacation and you feel depressed? I felt like that. Maybe yesterday I was telling my cousin I had to go to the gym. You come to real life and you like, Lord, I'm having vacation withdrawals. The feeling of being free of like, not only obligation, but just the news in itself. And you know I'm a newsy girl. And I thought to myself, why? It's very interesting how the nervous system readjusts and comes back. And I'm back already a little tense, just thinking about life and all the things that we have to deal with here in the United States. But there's life outside. Let me just tell you that. Meeting people from all over the world. That's the first time I met so many people from Sweden, Finland, what else is up there? Norway. I met a lot of Saudis on this cruise. A lot of Saudis. People from Dubai, Serbia. I met Kazakhstan people, Kazakhs. I met Maltese, people from Malta, right? When you really think the world is just you and small, it's so important to travel and you realize it's big. And they were all commenting about the World Cup. Big up everybody who was also in World Cup withdrawal. Am I the only one? I'm in World Cup withdrawal. I'm still in the algorithm of the World Cup. I'm still trying to get my little World Cup fix. I'm watching videos of Lamine Yamal and I'm watching videos of Haaland. That's my new favorite, Haaland. Erling. The Norwegian. God, baby, on the cruise, when the Norway played, we were doing the rule. Baby, I was rowing. This beautiful Jamaican melanated woman was rule. I was in the spirit because it was pure Europeans on the boat. I want to say vibes and unity and love. Like I said, we are not that different. We have more in common than we know. And just being again in the World Cup spirit, that international community that came into the United States, visited, saw the good in us, that made me smile. Same thing on this trip. I was in a lot of different political conversations. People want to know what it's really like in the United States. They were like, World Cup was nice. Welcome back to the international community. I said, listen, we are not our leadership. We are our own human, beings and having our own human experiences. We are loving. That's just like World Cup. They didn't understand that United States has one of the most hospitable people in the world, right? They shocked by it. They looking like, wait a minute, y'all kind of cool. Y'all got a good vibe over here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got love in our hearts. We got care for our fellow man. We want to make sure you have a good time because we have a good time and you have a good time. We all have a good time. We got that spirit. That's one thing. USA loves. We know how to have a good time. Most of us anyway. So as I come back to reality and we come back to reality, I thank you for joining me again. Don't lose. I was like, Lord, I hope I don't lose little my fans and my listeners because sometimes you got to step away. But we are still here, going strong as I always do. I like to talk hot topics. I want to talk about Nolan Wells. And Nolan Wells, again, is the young man. First of all, let me put a bookend on the casualties of war. We will not forget, and we have to remember that there is a price to pay when it comes to the war in Iran. It is not just what we already paying, like physically, like monetarily, right? Paying higher for food and gas because the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and all of this is, again, something that was avoidable because we started it, and this is kind of where we are. The international ramifications have been, across Europe. I actually took pictures of the gas stations in Europe. Now, remember, they're liters, we're gallons. But when I converted it, I thought they paying more than $10 a gallon over there. Now, most of the, Italy is a Vespa. You know, those little bikes, small kind of motorbikes, Vespas? That's like Italy. Oh my gosh, I almost got hit by a Vespa watching the Vespa. Nearly took a ride from a stranger on the Vespa, but that's another story. But yeah, the gas, I was calculating what they pay per liter. And then I was like, what is it, 4 liters in a gallon? And I was trying to do it. I was like, they're paying over $10 over there. It's wild. So as we think about this, again, we won't look away. We will pay attention. So far, again, total casualties around all of the region, every country, total casualties since the February 28th war with Iran has started. 7,600 to 8,000 people total have lost their lives on all sides. U.S. military casualties included 18 service members. The most people who have died have occurred in Iran, with over 3,500 estimated people killed in Iran and 26,000 injured. 26,000 injured in Iran. This is a big deal. We're talking about 18 of U.S. service members, and their lives were precious. Their lives mattered. But there's also people who died in other countries. And if 8,000 people have died, that's a heck of a lot of people. That's a heck of a lot of people. So just keep these military Gold Star families in our prayers. They so young. They so beautiful. When I started looking at the names and the ages, man, my heart yesterday, watching the news, I said, God, people will never be the same. Their parents will never be the same. Their community will never be the same. So we got to think about the real toll our government's actions is taking on real people's lives, right? So that we also want to just remember that 482 service members have apparently been injured. So we've lost American lives, 18 United States service member lives, as well as 482 service members injured, with the Pentagon noting hundreds of non-fatal injuries. Some, concussions. You see when them bombs blast, when they say bombs, we don't know bombs. We've had peace on this soil. Let me keep moving. You see when bomb blasts around you, when bombs go off, we can't even understand that level of kinetic pressure, the shrapnel, the metal, the destruction that is released when a bomb drop over your head. And right now, overnight, the United States have been bombing like crazy over the last how much days now. So we don't take this thing lightly. In Israel, 26 killed and over 7,800 injured due to direct Iranian retaliatory strikes in Lebanon. Over 4,000 fatalities resulting from intense clashes between Israel and Hezbollah. In Iran, as I told you, more than 3,500 military and civilian deaths, with over 26,000 people injured. There has been real consequences, y'all. We're going to keep an eye on this. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. I have to pivot. Due to time, so much news, so little time. I wanted to talk about the TPS. I want to talk about, again, the battle for Florida's 24th Congressional District. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be the hostess and moderator at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Hollandale, Florida. Mark your calendars next Monday, 6 p.m. Ebenezer Baptist Church, Hollandale, Florida. Yours truly, along with 7 of the candidates now confirmed. Actually, I think we're going to do Congressional District 24 and 25. From the folks who are organizing it, the Democratic Black Caucus of Broward, Democratic Black Caucus of North Miami. I gotta get all of the list of the sponsors. I don't have the flyer right here in front of me. Yours truly will be moderating with the heavy hitters who are in this race. There are over 8 candidates. I think 7 have confirmed, including the following folks I believe have confirmed: Roderick Vereen, an attorney. Physician Rudolph Moise. Former Miami-Dade Commissioner Jean Monestime has confirmed for the July 27th. This is next Monday. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be moderating the Congressional District Forum and debate for the seat formerly held by Frederica Wilson. That will cover lots of Miami and parts of Broward, small part of Broward. That's why we're holding it in Hollandale. But Kendrick Meek Jr., attorney and grandson of the late United States Representative Carrie Meek, Chevron Jones, outgoing Florida State Senator, Oliver Gilbert, outgoing Miami-Dade County Commissioner. I think we have 2 more. Let me reconfirm. And I do think we're going to also do Congressional District 25, which is Jared Moskowitz's district, and he's confirmed. We're gonna ask the questions, y'all. So support. I know there are a few candidate forums left. We're trying to inform the people before the primary, August 18th. Once again, I just did it yesterday. I ordered my vote by mail. Go on to your county supervisor of elections. I got to my county commission. Supervisor of elections for Monroe County, supervisor of elections for Miami-Dade County, supervisor of elections for Broward County, supervisor of elections websites for Palm Beach, and to our extended family all around the country. Go to the supervisor of elections for your county or district or parish or whatever you call it where you live, and go ahead and order your, what we call absentee, your vote by mail ballot. I did it yesterday. It will take time for them to mail it to you. And remember, you get it, you can vote at home, and then you fill it out, and then you put it in a drop box, right? You drop it off at the designated areas. It is time to start doing that. Why? Because August will be here before you blink. And when we look at who's running in these races, like I said, I'm very, very much concerned with who's going to be representing Miami-Dade in District 24, who's going to be representing Broward County, right? It is very important that we learn who these people are and what they stand for and whether they deserve to represent us in Washington, D.C. It's important. So order your vote by mail now if you choose. If you are a person that vote on election day, great. But we know that so much can happen on election day. And remember, Florida changed the laws. Every single year you have to request vote by mail. You cannot let it roll over. It does not roll over. You must go on your supervisor of elections office. I did it yesterday. They ask for your name, your address, your last 4, your social, or your driver's license. You check, oh, it's me? Yes. Do you live here? Yes. Any address change? No. Would you like a vote by mail? And will you fill it out and drop it back off? Yes. And that's it. Easy peasy. Vote by mail request is now. It's now, guys. So as we talk about that congressional district, I'll talk more about the forum tomorrow. Remember, District 24 out of the 28 Florida districts. District 24 runs from Miami North into Miami Gardens, North Miami, and into Southern Broward County. So Miami Gardens, where you at, North Miami, and Southern Broward County. It's really important that we know where these candidates stand. Remember, congressional member Frederica Wilson revealed earlier back in May that she will not be seeking re-election. And on this road to Congress, it's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. People throwing, I don't want to say dirt, mud, everything. We're going to need the unity. I know it's a fight, right? Everybody's not going to agree with where you stand and who's running, and they're going to have their differences of opinion, but it's getting a little dirty. We still need people to be civil, but it's a heated race, and as it should be, actually, because this is an important seat. Most of Miami's African-American communities, I think it's like, 70%, if I'm not mistaken, in this district. Now, again, yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be moderating this on Monday, July 27th at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Hollandale, Florida. It's a huge church. We're going to have lots of room. So we want you to come out and hear directly. Broward County, Miami-Dade, North Miami, Miami Gardens. It is your turn to hear what the candidates for United States House of Representatives District 24 standing for. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks, will be moderating. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Anyway, update on Nolan Wells. My heart is still broken for this family. Nolan Wells, if you guys don't know or haven't been following, I hope you've been following. But yeah, it's an important story because if it was your son, your cousin, your nephew, your brother, you would want to know what happened. And what I love about this case now is that Nancy Grace is back on. Nancy Grace, y'all know Nancy Grace with a little blonde bob? Nancy Grace. She gonna get to the bottom of it. She's going to get to the bottom of it. It is very important. I see a question online. Thank you for this question. See you. Who is that? Can I get back to the question? Okay, it just disappeared from the screen. I'm going to try to get to your question. Thank you online. This is the Suzette Speaks show on Voice of the Caribbean Radio. South Florida's #1 Caribbean American radio, FM radio platform. If you want to reach the people, advertise with us. If you want to get to the heart of the Caribbean American community from all the way south to Palm Beach, I'm talking about from the Keys to Jupiter, this is where you need to be. Yours truly, Suzette Speaks. I can help you with your marketing as well. If you'd like to do interviews, if you want to connect with our community, we're here for you, right? We want the right people, the right businesses to link up with us in partnership to serve the community. So we can't do this without our business community. So if you're interested in advertising or being a part of our community here, listen, take your business to the next level. Call us 850-446-0562. Again, Voice of the Caribbean can be reached anytime, 850-446-0562. You can ask for me, Suzette Speaks, and I'll obviously call you back. One of the, again, interesting angles of this story, Nolan Wells is a young man who lost his life during a boating trip with friends, quote unquote. We'll put him in air quotes, friends. Why? Sometimes people can hate you and be your friend. You ever notice this? Some of the people that's closest to you. We got to talk about this, y'all. This thing called jealousy and envy. Boy, them say bad mind are the worst disease. Bad mind. You have a bright star. You make too much money. You have a loving family. You drive nice car. You live in a good house. You live good with people. People like you. And people with bad mind you. But okay, let me break it down. Sorry. Back. Let me get myself together. People will become your haters. And sometimes the worst part is the people that you keep close to you. What we say in your bosom, in your inner circle sometimes. They can have the worst intention toward you. They're jealous of you. They're studying you. Monitoring spirits. And you not even know you're just a good person. And you want the best. This is what I realize, people. That's what life has taught me. You can see the best in somebody else, but if they don't see the best in themselves, they will hurt you. Listen again. This coming in friendship. This coming romantic relationship. When people don't love themselves, Bible tell you love your neighbor as yourself. It starts with the love of... Y'all don't want it today. Y'all, I got about 5 minutes. I can't get into the preaching. Tomorrow I got to pick this up. Love your neighbor as yourself. That means you got to deal with your issues. The parts of you that you don't like. The guilt, the shame, the past trauma, the past stress. It's not for me to fix that, you know. Are you face that with your God and with your belief and come to your healing so you can love other people instead of loving people through the lens of trauma. I only got 5 minutes, y'all. Let me get to this. Nolan Wells' independent autopsy results were released. And it looks like it's undetermined. This is the independent, right? Remember, the state did one. Remember, Nolan Wells is an 18-year-old who was last seen July 4th, sometime in the afternoon, though the exact time is unclear. And his body was found 2 days later by a United States park ranger. Remember, this is a young black man. We just put it out there. We're not going to sugarcoat. African-American. Who, again, in a striking picture taken with his friends who all happen to be white, people, again, were alarmed that a group of teenage boys would go out to an excursion, a day in the water on their boats at this sandbar island, and leave without their black friend. We're just going to say it just plainly because we don't have to cook or, sugarcoat. So, did it have to do with race? We don't know. What happened to him? We don't know. Could it have been an accident? Absolutely. Is anyone guilty? No, not at this time. But we still don't have answers because, according to NBC News, we got a couple minutes, y'all. I hate that I'm so short. Tomorrow I'm back, though. Make sure you lock me back in. Vacation over. Your girl came back with tan. If you can see me online, pretty Coco. Not quite Coco, but, I feel like Coco. Let's go. Honey. Say honey. Me feel like honey. Nice and tan. Skin cool from the vacation. Smelling like vacation. Listen, if you don't hype yourself up, nobody gonna hype you up. Give God thanks for something today. Hello, somebody. Come back nice and cool. With a little head cold, but I'm back. But on this note, I'm gonna have to talk about this tomorrow. We're almost out of time. The doctor who performed the autopsy said the report, this is an independent autopsy, commissioned by the legal team representing Nolan Will's family, found that the teenager's cause and manner of death, according to NBC News, was undetermined pending investigation. But the doctor who performed the autopsy said in the report that he could not rule out foul play, according to the family's lawyer, Ben Crump, who revealed the findings at a news conference yesterday at the 117th NAACP National Convention in Chicago. Crump added that the independent autopsy, which was the second one performed on Wells, also found, this is interesting to me, red discoloration on the back of his head. Now, they don't know what caused it. Red discoloration on the back of his head. But the report appeared to have gaps because of what Crump said were missing body parts and incomplete procedures. Basically, the first autopsy, they can remove your stomach and remove other parts of your body during the autopsy, and then they gave the body to the second person, and then some of these places were missing. We're going to talk more about with the autopsy, which was performed by board-certified forensic pathologist Dr. Roger Mitchell and the president of the National Medical Association, the oldest and largest group of black physicians in the United States. That's who performed the autopsy. I want to get more into detail, but I'm out of time. As I like to tell you, it's so much news, so little time. We're going to get into TPS tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Yeah, keep it locked. Talking about the war. We're going to talk about TPS. A little bit more on Nolan Wells tomorrow. World Cup withdrawal. Y'all believe the best team won? Y'all were Team Spain or Team Argentina? Viva España. Listen, your girl was happy with Spain. Big up Lamine Yamal. And big up Nico Williams with that amazing assist. One thing about them immigrants. Hello. Y'all don't want it. The two Spanish immigrants. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. Y'all, I appreciate you tuning in. I want to keep you informed. And I'm not going to try to inundate you. I'm giving you my opinion only. The opinions expressed here on the Suzette Speaks show are that of me, the host, any guests and callers, and do not represent that of the ownership and management. Thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow. Take care, y'all.
And better sounding radio. WLYF HD2 Miami.
Guys,
101.5
thank you.
HD2.
WLYF
Thank you for watching.
101.5 FM.
Go ahead and leave your comment on the
Simulcast
end of the
96.9 FM. The
stream.
voice of the
I couldn't
Caribbean.
see it here. Sometimes when I'm on live,
We celebrate.
sometimes when I'm on live, the comments roll off the screen. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Bye, y'all. Have a beautiful day.
Experience an incredible evening.
Ending.
Culture.
And.
The Brata folk singers.
Ooh, let's go.